One of the things we've noticed, for example, with the Ebola outbreak, is that pandemics spread very quickly, and borders mean nothing to these pandemics. Tell me about the healthcare facilities and services in the Philippines for dealing with the rise of pandemics.
Well, we won't claim we're perfect, but so far we've avoided. For instance, I'll give you a very specific example: the MERS coronavirus. We were told 12 hours after our citizen had landed in Manila that he had tested positive for the virus, and this was a period we're a heavily Catholic country, so this was Holy Week. Wednesday is when the whole of the country shuts down, and that's when we were informed of the emergency. Now, we followed the WHO guidelines, but we added our own twist. For instance, in dealing with the MERS coronavirus, at that point in time, the people at risk would be 3 people on the row in front of them and 3 on each side and towards the back. So I asked, the flight from this particular country, the Middle East, is about 8 hours. The person was traveling with 3 members of his family and staff members. There were 5 of them. Now we're going to check on just the 3 people in their immediate vicinity. They never stood up to go to the washroom. They never talked to somebody in a different row, etc. Because MERS is supposed to necessitate direct physical contact. So at the end of the day, I ordered our agencies, the Bureau of Immigration and Deportation, the Department of Health, the law enforcement, etc., to look for all, I think, 418 passengers at that point in time. And we were successful. The guy was a medical professional. He had limited contact. Bottom line was, when we found him, we had him tested again, and he became negative for the virus. So I asked our doctors, I just want to share that, are our test methods different from where he came from? Sir, there's only one test. How can he be positive there and negative here? Our test kits are out of date. We just finished the WHO inventory. So what happened? Perhaps the disease had already coursed through him. But the bottom line was, even in a period of time where government was also shut down, we had enough people to be able to trace practically everybody and to refine the systems on how to monitor people entering and leaving the country. In the Ebola, we had peacekeepers in Liberia when the Ebola epidemic was in place. Fortunately, we were not infected. They were isolated in their camps. But I had to make a decision that, look, they will have to have contact outside. There was a situation where the medical infrastructure, the doctors, the nurses were no longer reporting to hospitals. That is an untenable position for us. We'll have to get our citizens back. We brought them back home. They got isolated in an island until everybody was cleared after a lengthiest incubation period on record. So at the end of the day, we are in contact with various other countries, with the UN's World Health Organization. We invest in facilities that can help us identify the virus, isolate people who have the sickness, and we're very, very serious. And we have laws that can help us in terms of isolating potentially carriers of these pandemics. But we are very vulnerable. We still have 9.4 million of our countrymen out. Those for instance, in the seafaring world, I understand between 1/3 to 1/4 of seafarers are Filipinos. So the job of a Philippine president, when he reads the papers in the morning and gets all of the intel reports from so many sources, is what is happening anywhere in the world, and are any Filipinos involved? So pandemics is just another facet, or potential facet. No? But again, we have taken an attitude of let us err on the side of caution. Instead of just looking for the person who was infected and 3 on each side, let's check the whole plane.